Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What up? This is Shan, and this is Cozy Womb Podcast. This is Ari. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, Anya.
Hi.
What up? What up? This is Cozy Womb Podcast, and my name is Shan. This is episode 66. How to prepare for teenagers. Alert, alert. Talking backstage. Alert, alert. Rolling eyes stage. Alert, alert. Fast. Just be fast out here. Teenagers. Yes, this is episode 66. Yes, we are past 66, but I've been trying to get my favorite cousin to do this episode with me because she has dealt with teenagers, being her brother and sister who are younger than her, and she has her own son as a new teenager now, and she's going through it. So I wanted to share with her. Her schedule's crazy, but I will have her on, and I'm excited about it. All right, stay tuned. How do you prepare for teenagers? Man, I am terrified of the teenagers I'm going to have in the next, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, I got 9 years left. Oh my God. I could do it. I don't have no choice. Like, those are my kids. Teenagers are just, I've never been able to stand kids in between age 9 and 15 just because they're in that stage of feeling like because they know a word, they know everything about it, and they don't. And they're in that clapback stage where they feel like I'm a friend, and they're, privileged and able to have a smart comment to say to anything I say. So I don't think I'm ready to meet teenagers at a calm. But these are just some things we can go over that may happen when dealing with teenagers, and that's a moody phase, a disrespect phase, fast acting teens phase, talks with teens, insecure teens, and testy teens. So I'm gonna kind of like breeze through those, and then I've invited a great person in my life, like a sister from another mother, but our mothers are nothing alike. My cousin Simonim, she'll be here, sharing her one-on-one experiences with teenagers and her own teenage son right now. That's what really inspired me to do this episode, is because a lot of teenagers these days are getting out of hand, and because she's dealing with her own child being a teenager, let me tell you, she's going through it. But I think he's like a level-headed nerd that she'll be able to keep it, where it needs to be. But she's going to share some good stuff. So let's get into these phases, and then we'll get into her speaking and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Okay. So the moody phase. You're just going to have to learn to step away. Just think when I was your age, I wanted this from my parents, and I needed this from my parents, and this never happened, and I wish, somebody would do this for me. I think that's what you need to think about when your teenagers are in their moody phase. I had a moody phase, definitely at 15, 14. I don't know. But it's kind of different for me because I was in a house of all boys, and then my mom liked babysitting, and then her house was like the kid house on the block, and I hated it because I could never have like a house of peace and quiet. I could never have like things that were mine to myself because I would have to hide them, and even when I hid them, my brothers would find it. So it was very annoying, and I think that's why now I'm more so as like a homebody, and I really don't like to go out, and I don't like being in big crowds of people because I spend so much time having to be in that. Moody phase, they can also be snappy. Kids could be snappy and don't even know why they're snappy, but they're snappy, and then you have to turn around and check them to remind them who you are. Emotional struggles happen with teens. That's why they get moody. Just be understanding of that. Treat it like when women are on their monthly, tiptoe, okay? But tiptoe and make yourself known that you get a certain level of respect, and what you're not about to tolerate is blah, blah, blah. And I think, teenagers, you just have to be prepared that it's coming. Have a plan. Don't try to over control because they're going to go in the opposite direction of where you want them to go. And remind them that we are not friends. I'm not here to be your friend. Even now, I have to remind Anya, she's 5, that I'm not her friend. She loves to tell me, well, I'm not going to be your friend. I don't need you to be my friend. I gave you life. Okay? I don't need you to do nothing but breathe. Disrespect phase. Some kids today are going through this phase at 5. Just saying. But disrespect phase, they need limits and they need rules. And if you love your child, that's what you do. You give them limits and rules. You don't let them run the world reckless. Love them, but don't smother them. I tell Anya now, like, she does something she's not supposed to do, go to your room. This is what you're not having. This is not happening. I'll come get her, be like, your food is on the table. I love you. I'm just, disappointed that you did X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? You just have to reiterate that, you did something to irritate me. You did something you wasn't supposed to do, but that doesn't mean I don't love you. That doesn't mean, I'm not thinking about you. That doesn't mean I'm not about to, feed you tonight because you did something stupid. But you got to remind them that. And I feel like, if you respect your kids so they will have an example, they're going to respect you. Okay? Treat them how they act, because I think that's a reminder that, damn, I'm not treating you well, so I don't like how that sounded, and I don't like what you did, and I don't like what my, options aren't. So I'm going to do this better. And it kind of like forces them to take a look at themselves. And don't laugh with them when they disrespect you. That's the last thing you want to do, is laugh with them when they're disrespecting you or someone else. Testy teens. This is where they're talking under their breath. They're snatching and they're slamming things that they didn't pay for, that they don't own. Curfew be at 9 and they act like they okay to be strolling in at 9-10 p.m. One allowance today for you to do X, Y, and Z, or go over X, Y, and Z's house, is not a forever allowance. It's not something you're going to do all the time. Teens like to push that. Insecure teens. They're either bullied or the kid that's doing the bullying, unfortunately. And both of those, ways are signs of insecurity. Not confident at all. They do not go out with other kids. You kind of like have to force them to interact, or you have to force them to go outside, or you have to force them to go to different events. They have no social skills, not the social skills that you would like them to have. They have puberty bodies, meaning their bodies are going through changes. The man body is coming through, those women changes are coming through. And their awkwardness is not matching up to how they look or how they come off. They may be a teen girl who is showing breast very early, but she's very nerdy. She's not even into makeup. She's not into certain types of shirts, so she may try to hide it. She may hate it. Then you have the boy whose voice is cracking, or he's getting hair on his face. He may not know what to do with it. He's not comfortable talking to his mom about it. Things like that is happening. That smell in the house is happening. Why does your room smell like this? Time to change that deodorant. Like, their bodies go through changes. And all of that is not going to make an insecure teen feel like they're in a great place. So be mindful of that. Also, the pressures from school, the pressures from you as their parent, the pressure, from colleges, if they want to go to college to be good or be better. That's something they're going through. Nerd teens versus popular teens. Either one can be insecure. Just keep your eye on it. Make sure they're not feeding into all the attention in order for them to make them feel like they're worth it. And make sure they're not, feeding into the fact that they don't have a lot of attention. And they are really book smart, but nobody ever wants to hang out with them because they're just awkward. So you have to just know your kid at that point. Fast acting teens. Now, this could be girls or boys, but I feel like society pushes it more on girls because that's what society does. They always want to take a look at what girls are doing or what they're not doing properly, but when it comes to boys or men, they want to excuse it. No. Fast acting teens could be, they got fake IDs, they're having sex too early, and too early to have sex is, for me, when you cannot afford it. So if you're having sex, and you do not understand it, you cannot afford the results that come with it, you shouldn't be doing it. And, you'll know when your kid is doing that. Their whole attitude changes. They feel like they have one up on you. They're dressing inappropriately, or leaving the house in one outfit and changing at school or in the car. They're sneaking out their windows. They're sneaking out the side door. They're lying about where they've been. School let out at 2:30. You coming in here at 5:46. What's up? That type of stuff. They're having woman growing parts. Their thighs are getting a little thicker. Booty about to poke out back there. That training bar is not quite fitting. Now they, traveling into a B cup. And I'm just like, dog, what is going on? What is going on? Deep voices are happening. Smells are happening. They can't help that, but at the same time, you have to be on top of them to make sure they're doing the right things to combat odors, to be clean their face. Boys and girls, teach them how to clean their face, clean their ears, clean their nails. Representation is happening, okay? Talks with teens. You should be talking to your teen about anything they're asking you about and the things that they're not asking you about. Don't assume and do not judge, okay? The things that are happening between the internet and society and school is through the roof. I thought it was through the roof when I was in high school and middle school, but now it's just on another level. And as a parent, I feel like you have to be on top of it. You have to know the latest lingo. You have to know the things that kids are into right now. You have to know your environment. You have to know your neighborhood. You have to know that no one is safe. Okay? Your kid may be on a completely crazy drug that you never would have thought that they would ever try to take. Your kid may be drinking before they're supposed to be drinking. Your kid may be smoking before they're supposed to be smoking. And we know what that smells like. Okay? So just be mindful and be upfront with them. I think teens are more forward and more honest with parents who are upfront with them. Be aware that the times are different, okay? These kids are going through things they shouldn't even be going through yet in high school, and it's just unfortunate, but shoot, society today. They're getting faster and faster out here with things. Give your honest thoughts and inform them of the pros and cons of choices they may make. I'm just saying, how I learned as a teen was based on examples of what my brothers did or didn't do. Also, my mom being really honest with me about what things were if I asked, but she was never like, hey, today we're going to talk about this. She was never like that with me. We never had the sex talk. I just, came up upon my own ideas about what that was. I don't know about you, but in 5th grade, I did have sex ed. 5th grade or 6th grade, I did have sex ed in a school in Laurel in Maryland when I went to elementary school. I don't think they do that now anymore, and I think that they should, especially with what these kids are into. But that's a whole nother different subject. Give examples to teens of how you grew up and things that have happened to you, because I learn best from examples of what other people have gone through, wisdom that older people had. And listen to your teenagers. Just listen to them. You'll be fascinated to know that a lot of what you've been drilling into them over the years has come to fruition. It has. Like, it's in their brains. Like, they understand and they're taking heed. Like, you'll be surprised. So, create rules. Create safe environments. Be open. Have balance. Don't parent because you're scared. Parent because you love your kids and you're doing it in a smart way. Read changes. Read changes in what they're wearing. Read changes in how they're speaking. Read changes in their tone, how they're carrying themselves. They don't look you in the eye. They try to come in at the last minute when they know you're going to be busy. They try to leave out really early so you don't see what they're wearing. All of that, keep tabs and be, ahead of the game. Love them even if they fight you the whole way. They purposely doing something they're not supposed to do. They're purposely not trying. If they're being combative, I swear to you, it's for a reason that either they want you to care more or they want you to be more involved or they want more time with you. They're just acting out. Trust me, that's what it is. Maturity comes with time. For girls, I want to say a lot of girls don't get mature till about 26, 27 in this day and time. Boys, a lot of boys are not getting mature until they're like 32 to 39, to be honest. So there's a long way to go for you parents who got teenagers. You just gonna have to do the best you can. Teach them boys how to talk to authority, how to protect themselves when they're with the girls, what they need to do, what they don't need to do. Teach your daughters that, being aware of their environment and the friends that they keep says a lot about who they are and themselves. And also, don't put yourself in an environment or a situation where you don't have a lot of positive options of getting out of. Don't go off with someone you don't know and it's just you and them. Don't get in a car with somebody you don't know because they said such and such. Don't go to a hotel party and not tell anybody, or not go with, a friend, or send a location to a best friend elsewhere that's not even at the party so somebody knows where you were last at. Or don't try to sneak off and do something that your parents told you not to do because you think you know better. We've been there already. Like, we've been teenagers already. Like, we be knowing, okay? Prom night. My mom knew. She knew I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. after prom. But I think she just took it on the chin and was like, she's smart. I'm going to just leave it up to her. Yes, I did come back from prom at like 5:30 in the morning. I did. But she knew who I was with. And I think because she knew who I was with and she knew I wasn't just out here in these streets running crazy, you know, she's just like, okay, she's there now. Got it. And, I mean, kids are getting into things early before their teens, and you just have to be open and mindful and smart about what you discuss and smart about the people you keep around them, and be a great example for your kids and be honest, because kids see through the BS. And don't tell them to, push through issues if you don't push through your own issues as adults. Don't tell them that they can be anything in the world when you've seen their personality over decades where, you know what, you're not cut out for that. I know because of this reason, and this reason. What's another thing you would want to do? What's another thing you think you'd like to do? What's another thing that you're good at? Like, be honest with them. You know what I'm saying? If they can't sing worth a damn, they can't play any instruments, they're not really driven and they don't like to practice. Don't be like, you know what? Going to school for music, that's you. That's all you. Don't. Be an honest guy. You know what I'm saying? Be that friend in the street that would want to be honest with them and critique them honestly before the world digs into them. And I think that's what we have to do as parents. But let's get into the fun stuff, the good stuff, the Boston Bean footage, live and direct from a mom who actually has teens. Because I don't have no teenagers yet. I got a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. But she got teens, okay? And I'ma just let her talk. Okay? It did it!
Hello.
Yes. Okay. Hello, Simon.
How are you?
I'm dandy. All right. So go ahead and tell them who you are, about your dealing with teenagers, and then you could get into your own teen issues.
Okay, I'm Simone. I'm 32. I have 3 children, one of which is a teenager. He's 14.
Jesus.
And he's quite a character. So I don't know nothing about.
Well, I feel like you do because you kind of had to raise your brothers and sisters. So you kind of had like a little taste. Not all the way, but you kind of had like a little taste.
Okay, so I'm noticing my sister's generation. I'm noticing my generation, and now my son's. Which my son's generation they're crazy. These kids out here, they're not even teenagers, to be honest with you. They don't act like teenagers. They're all grown.
No, they think they're grown. That's the key.
They think they're grown. Right. And it's like talking to them, it's like, who are you? Like, you were never a teen.
Exactly.
Yeah, so wow, it's a lot. My son, I had to talk to him. I had to give him a talk because
what's the talk? So a lot of people are confused.
Well, the talk is, the birds and the bees. Girl. Okay, and the reason why we came to this was mainly because I saw some text messages from a girl.
How did you see these texts though?
I just went in his phone.
Yeah.
Because nowadays
passwords, okay?
Nowadays you have to go in their phone. So I went in his phone and I saw some text messages from a girl. a lot of freaky things to say.
Mm-mm.
And he's 14. So I was like, wow, okay, I got to talk to my son.
Right.
Fast tail girl, too, because,
Mind you, her son is a complete nerd. He likes to play video games.
yeah, he's very homely and, just wants to be on the game. And his maturity is not there yet. He's just not there yet. The conversations that she was giving him, I was like, okay, let me talk to my son, because as you know, there's some females out there that can really get the nice guys to do things that they're not,
Right.
they're not comfortable doing. And my son is definitely the nice guy. I had to give him a talk. It was very uncomfortable and awkward
for him or you or both.
I can't say for me, because I'm kind of just direct with everything. I was like, look, don't have sex right now. Do not have sex right now. I told him straight up, you don't need to. But I said, if it comes down to it and you do, we got all types of condoms, all types of sizes. You better wear them. And I said, if the female tell you that she on the pill, never believe it. You still wear your condoms, because you can catch all type of STDs,
the
itches, and you can catch the biggest one of all, a baby. Okay. I had to really let him know.
She didn't even say age. She said a baby.
Listen, age too. But when it comes to that baby, y'all, you stuck with that baby forever.
That's
just
true.
Like the age, yes. But you're stuck with that baby forever. Financially stuck. And I'm not one of those moms that's gonna be like, oh, I'll take care of your baby for you. No, you're gonna do it yourself.
Nope. Because I feel like when parents do that, it just gives them an excuse to have another.
Right. I don't know exactly what's going on in these kids' minds right now, why they're so fast tell. I mean, when I was a teenager, yeah, I've done stuff when I was a teenager, but the things that they're doing right now, I'm just like, wow.
So what are some things you do to prepare, or what did you do to prepare for him, or what do you do to help prevent certain things?
Well, for one, I have a tracking device on his phone.
What? What's that called?
That's called an iPhone. And I gave him the phone. I had all of that set up, so I know exactly where he is, and I will pop up at any time. But besides that, I just talk to him. I just let him know. I try to get him comfortable so that it's okay to talk to me. I don't talk at him. I talk with him, so he can understand. I can't do this. I can't do that. But the main thing I tell him, don't be afraid to talk to me. I'm your mom. I've been there. I've done that. Talk to me first before you go to anybody else. And I think that, yeah, the key is communication. You gotta talk to your team. You gotta talk to them about everything, because it's not only sex, it's drugs, and you also gotta talk to them about being a black teen at that. Being a black teen in this world, especially boys, because of what's going on with the cops, and it's not safe anymore for them. And my child, he goes to a school where it's the majority of the kids are Caucasian. So I have to explain to him, like, he has friends that are white, and I have to explain to him that if he's gonna be with his friends and you're walking around, you need to know that you got to protect yourself and be careful where you're going, because
say what?
Yes, I am back.
All right, sorry guys, phone disconnected or whatever. So back to, like, what are some examples that you give him in, like, detail, or just being completely honest, that help?
Well, like I was saying, communication is key. I sit down and I talk with him every single day. He comes home, how your day, how was your day today? Anything you want to talk about. And I think that kind of give him a sense that, okay, I could sit here and I could talk to my mom, because I'm in his ear every day. I'm like, you want to sit down, you want to talk. If it looks like something's bothering him, I sit him down and I said, let's talk about it.
And I think now that's like extremely important, because a lot of parents, they work crazy hours, they kids get home, they just pass them by in the house and don't say nothing.
Right. So I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him every day. It's not just about the sex. It's about what's going on in the world right now. It's about him being a black teen living in this world. It's about the drugs that they're giving these kids. Oh my God, the drugs. It's a lot of things that's going on. But I just want him to know that he's comfortable. And if you have a teen, you gotta let them know, like, it's not just authority. I'm your mom. Not that you want to be friends with your teenager, because trust me, you don't want to do that.
Let them know that you're not their friend.
But let them know, of course, that you're not their friend, but also that you're still trying to protect them and get them through this world. So you want them to be able to be comfortable with you. You don't want to something happen and you just automatically start yelling at them. Like, you want to talk to them. Because growing up, being with Caribbean parents is yelling. It's like, oh, mom, I want to talk to you. Oh, what do you do? It's always, you're not supposed to do that, or you're not supposed to do this. And it kind of confuses us, because when we get older, we're like, wait a minute. You telling us not to do this, but you done this, and it's crazy. So it's like, you just got
a lot more judgment than help.
Right. Like, they're very judgmental.
But as a mom with a teen and have experience, what is like some advice you would give to like parents right now?
Oh Lord. I know it's hard. Okay. I know it would get stressful. I know you feel like, oh my God, I want to kill this person. But just remember, that's your baby. Okay? You brought him into this world. So you gotta, him or her, just take it easy. Take a breath. And you're not a bad parent. You're doing a good job. Just try to mellow with these crazy things that we have.
And also, how you're raising your son as a teenager. Are you going to do something different for your daughter that's coming right behind him?
Oh, my daughter is a whole nother topic, okay? Hey, Sharon, we're going to have another one for the daughters. We have to, because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to play hypocrite, because when it comes to my daughter, it's just, all I can say is a whole nother topic. I think you already know.
Okay. Girl topic coming. But,
girl topic has to come. This here is strictly boy teens. We have to have one about the girls, because when I'm telling you, they're two different species. Okay. That's how I'm gonna put it. We're gonna have to, we need a whole nother episode for that. But definitely for the boys, I think it's a little more easy with them. Shan, I feel so sorry for you. I'm talking about having a conversation.
Don't do this to me.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about having a conversation with them. As teens, you're easy. It's a little more easy with boys. Okay. Now the females, I don't know. I don't know. The girls it's a whole different thing. And I have a lot to talk about when we hit that topic. With the whole R. Kelly thing that's going on right now, I had to put that in there.
Right.
The girls are a completely different situation. But
this is what I'm gonna say. I know the girls have to be molded from the womb on like life.
I mean,
boys, you kind of get like you gotta skate, and then you start doing it at like 8 and 9.
Right. But definitely talk to them every day. It's really hard for it got to be hard for them right now. You know, it got to be hard for them right now because it's not just, like I said, it's not just dealing with females and the sex and all of that. They got to deal with, you know, these police officers, these just
A
whites in
lot of
general.
outside pressure.
It's
And
a lot of
the last place you want them to feel pressure is at home.
is at home, and that's all I'm saying. Like that's all. That's all. As a parent, just talk to them. Is you can talk to them, and you know, just let them know it's gonna be all right. You can talk to me. I'm not against you.
Right.
You know, so far, you know, I've been okay with my son. We talk every day, and he's not. And Shan knows he's very quiet.
Right.
But because we had that one talk, that one major talk, he's been opening up a lot. So
that's
I
good.
think I'm getting there with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for doing this. I know your time is precious.
Of course. Okay.
We will do the girls episode soon.
Yes, we will be back with that one. So
all right.
You guys have a good day. Take care of those boys. Bye.
So there you have it, guys. That was Sim and I, my cousin, my favorite. You know, a year and 4 days apart, but we are in sync. We will do a girl teen episode soon, but for right now, that is my advice for people out there with teens. I know this is a long episode, but I feel like it's needed. So anybody with teenagers, please share. Anybody that will eventually have a teen, share. So people could do better parenting, better guardianship, just being a better uncle or an aunt, or just being available. A lot of teens just want you to be available, and they want to know that you're available. All right, I got to go run Sunday errands. Bye. Enjoy your week. Go into this week with positivity, and y'all be great out here. Thank you for listening to Cozy Womb. Later.
Good night, good night, good night, good night.